Grab your Theraband. We're going to do some stretching today. You're going to lay down on your back and you're going to extend your right leg up toward the ceiling with the Theraband over the ball of the foot. A little bit of the Theraband goes over the toe. You're going to cross the Theraband and bring your elbows in by your sides. Try to avoid bringing the elbows out to the sides and tensing the neck and shoulders. From here, you're going to bridge your hips up toward the ceiling and come back down. From here, we're trying to keep the pelvis level, the abdominals in. Make sure your left foot is staying flat on the floor. Exhale to lift the hips, inhale to lower. I'm reaching through the heel. Try to avoid hyperextending the top leg. That's locking the knee. So we want to stretch the muscles and not strain the joint. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. From here, articulate through the foot. Point your toe and flex. We're trying to spread out the baby toe and the fourth toe here. And once again, my knee is soft so that I'm not hyperextending into my leg. If this feels comfortable for you, you can engage the quadricep and try to work the leg a little straighter. Remember to breathe. Exhale to point your toe. Inhale to flex. From here, we're going into an ankle circle. Same idea. You're trying to really spread out that pinky and fourth toe. These toes get really mushed when we're walking in shoes, and this line of musculature goes all the way up to our hips. So we really want to work into that side of the leg. Go ahead and reverse your circles, remembering to breathe. Stay easy through the neck and shoulders. You can bring the elbows in by your sides. Another option is to pillow up your head. From here, you're going to go ahead and straighten out your left leg, and your right leg comes across your body. Hold both ends of the Theraband in your left hand and lengthen your right waistline. From here, open your right leg out to the right. You're going to engage the quadricep to stretch the back of the knee. Keep the left hip stable. Let's go ahead and sneak both feet inside the Theraband. Elbows in by your side, so if you have to choke up on the Theraband, that's fine. Lift your head if that feels okay for your neck and shoulders. Inhale to lower your legs, exhale to lift. I like a soft bend through the knees so that you're not over triggering your hip flexors. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Try to soften the fronts of the hips as you engage the low abdominals to lift the legs up. My teacher always used to say, your thigh bone is the toothpick and your hip is the olive. Feeling the low abdominals work here. If your head, neck, or shoulders ever hurt, it's okay to put your head down. Remember to breathe, inhale down, exhale up, and my feet are about hip width distance apart, so keep a little tension out into this strap so that you can engage your outer hips, and that'll help support your low back. You can keep your head up for this next series or put it down if your neck is starting to get tired. Inhale to bend your knees into tabletop. Exhale to straighten your legs, reaching through your heels. Once again, my feet are hip width distance apart and I'm gently pushing out on the band so I feel the outsides of my hips engage. You can always rest your head down. The main thing is to soften in the front of the hips and the hip flexors and try to get the work into the low abdominals here and use the Theraband to support your low back. We're ready to go to the other side now. So from here, choke up on that Theraband so that your elbows aren't out to the side, tensing your neck. And then you're gonna exhale to lift your hips up toward the ceiling, inhale to lower. I'm really reaching through the heel. I'm trying not to hyperextend on my left leg, but really crease at the front of the ankle, right where my sock is, so that I can lengthen my Achilles. People tend to be tight at different places in the back of their legs. Some are tighter behind their knee, some are tighter behind their ankle. So find where that is for you and try to work with that. A few more times here, then you're gonna go ahead and bend your knee into your chest. Exhale, straighten, really pushing the heel up toward the ceiling, trying to keep the pelvis and tailbone stable. The band is meant to help you Try to keep the heel directly over the hip there so that you're not yanking on your leg to bring it closer to you, and the sole of the foot is staying directly up toward the ceiling. You don't want to drop your heel toward your glute. Adjust your Theraband if you need, and from here you're going to point your toes and flex. So you're articulating through the foot and toes, and you're really working into the arch here as well. Really thinking of keeping the Achilles long. Remember to breathe, inhale and exhale. Remember to relax the shoulders, jaw, and neck. And then when you are ready, you're gonna take some ankle circles. So really spreading out the pinky side of the foot there. Try to keep the leg stable and try to feel the muscles working up the side of the leg. It might be subtle at first, but if you can really articulate, and depending on the strength of your Theraband, you'll feel it more or less. When you're ready, you're going to reverse your circles, really keeping that left hip stable, really relaxing through the shoulders, jaw, and neck. Try to keep the elbows in by the sides. If you need to pillow up your head because your neck is tight, that's totally fine. From here, you're going to extend your right leg out. Try to keep your left toes facing toward the ceiling, your right leg out, and your right toes facing toward the ceiling, and your left leg is going to come across your body. Then from here, you're gonna open your left leg out to the left. Try to feel the rotation in the hip socket as the heel reaches up toward the ceiling without twisting. You wanna keep that right hip stable. Let's sneak both feet inside the Theraband again. Cross the Theraband, heels together, toes apart. So I'm in a Pilates V here. My knees frog out to the side, the bands go in between the knees, and then I exhale to zip up the lower abdominals and inner thighs. Only go as low as you can go, maintaining your abdominal strength. And once again, if your head or neck is tight, you're welcome to put your head back down. Really use the muscles in the backs of the shoulders, bring the elbows in by your sides to help support that band and your legs. All right, from here, you're gonna extend your left leg long, your right leg goes up toward the ceiling. If you have tight hip flexors, you can turn your leg out, or if you want to work parallel, you're welcome to do that as well. Another option is you can bend your left knee and put your left foot flat on the floor. You're keeping your pelvis stable here, remembering to inhale as the leg comes across the body and exhale as the leg comes up and around. Only go as far as you can keep your torso and opposite legs stable. When you are ready, you're gonna reverse that circle. Inhale to open the leg and inner thigh, exhale to sweep it around and up. So here you want to soften the front of the hip, and you want to feel the low abdominals helping to guide the hip as well, using the breath, inhaling and exhaling, really grounding down through that left side and left hip. How big the circle is really doesn't matter here. It's more about stabilizing. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So now your left leg goes in that strap. Cross the strap for me. Inhale as you take your leg across your body to the right. Exhale as you sweep the leg out to the side, up and around. In this motion, the inhale is a little slower, the exhale is a little bit faster. So there's a little bit of momentum here, and you can play with that. Just make sure you're keeping your abdominals stable and your hips stable. Use the breath to help you inhale and exhale. Reverse that circle. Inhale as you open to the left, exhale as you sweep down around toward the floor and up over your hip. Once again, the range of motion isn't the most important thing. If you work on your stability first, then the range of motion will come. So just focus on engaging the abdominals and feeling stabilized. From here, we're gonna go ahead and sneak both feet inside the Theraband. I have my Theraband crossed and I need to choke up on the Theraband, and I'm scooping my abdominals in, curling forward, gazing at my belly button, lengthening the back of my neck, and then slowly rolling down, one vertebra at a time. And again, exhale. I let my elbows go out to the sides here a little bit, but I'm really keeping my shoulders away from my ears. So that's the main thing we wanna work on here. Depending on how long your Theraband is, you may have to choke up or you may have to open the elbows out to the sides to help you get all the way up. And that is our Theraband workout for today.